In 1982, the Wilson family moved into a large Victorian-style house located on the outskirts of Hollow Creek, a small rural town. The house was old, but its charm and affordable price made it an irresistible choice for the young couple, Sarah and Thomas Wilson, and their two children, Lily and Sam. The property had been on the market for years, with the previous owners reportedly moving out in haste, though no one in the town could explain why. At first, everything seemed perfect. The house was spacious, with high ceilings and large windows that let in plenty of sunlight. However, within the first few days, the Wilsons started to notice strange occurrences. It started small, scratching noises behind the walls, the sound of footsteps echoing through empty rooms, and flickering lights. Sarah attributed it to the age of the house, and Thomas, being a man of logic, thought the sounds were just the house settling. But then things took a darker turn. One evening, as Sarah was putting Lily to bed, she noticed something odd. A strange coldness enveloped the room, even though the heater was on full blast. The temperature in the room dropped drastically, and Lily, who was normally a brave child, curled up in fear, pointing at the corner of the room. "Mommy, the man is back," she whispered, her voice shaking. Sarah was confused. What man? But before she could ask, the lights flickered again, and a strange, musty odor filled the room. That night, Sarah couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Every time she turned off the lights and lay down to sleep, she heard the faint sound of someone whispering her name. The whispers grew louder each night, and Sarah began to feel a constant presence in the house. She tried to talk to Thomas about it, but he brushed it off, saying she was just imagining things. As the days went by, the hauntings escalated. Objects began to move on their own, books falling from shelves, chairs being pushed across the floor. The children started having nightmares, and Sam began drawing pictures of a shadowy figure with hollow eyes. One evening, Lily claimed to have seen a man standing at the foot of her bed watching her. She said the man had pale skin, dark, hollow eyes, and long, disheveled hair. He didn't speak, but Lily said he was sad and that he would never leave. Terrified, Sarah did some research on the house and discovered that it had a dark history. The house had been built in the late 1800s by a wealthy man named Edward Holloway, who disappeared mysteriously one night without a trace. His body was never found, but rumors spread that he had been involved in occult practices, trying to summon spirits to gain power. Neighbors claimed that strange events had been reported around the house for decades. Lights flickering, strange sounds, and people seeing a man with hollow eyes walking through the property late at night. Determined to uncover the truth, Sarah reached out to a local paranormal investigator who agreed to spend a night in the house. Upon entering, the investigator immediately felt a chilling presence. He set up cameras and recording devices, and as the night went on, the team captured disturbing footage. Furniture moving on its own, shadows shifting across the walls, and an eerie voice whispering Sarah's name. The investigator concluded that the house was indeed haunted, and it was the spirit of Edward Holloway, trapped there by his own dark rituals. Desperate, Sarah and Thomas sought help from a local priest. The priest performed a series of blessings, but the entity in the house only grew more violent. One night, as Sarah was alone in the living room, she felt the temperature drop again. The whispers became louder, and the figure of a man with hollow eyes appeared in the doorway. This time, he spoke. "You shouldn't have come here," he said in a voice that seemed to echo from the past. The Wilsons could no longer live in the house. They moved out after just 6 months, leaving everything behind. After their departure, the house stood empty for years, as it had before, with people avoiding it due to its eerie reputation. The Hollow Creek house was eventually torn down, and a new family moved in, unaware of the dark history. The haunting was never fully explained, but some believe that the malevolent spirit of Edward Holloway still lingers in the area, waiting for the next unsuspecting family to call the house home.